just doing a bit of an update for the Invictus members in Mull of Colot. Just want to really talk about his season so far. What he thought of his previous races.
Yep, we started off at Lingfield, which was a good introduction, and he went there 85% fit, and Shane gave him a great ride around Lingfield in a tricky little handicap, Class 2, but he ran home strong, which was encouraging. And then we didn't run him again because we wanted to keep the rating that we had to go into the Lincoln. And he ran a blinder in that race, very competitive field, and came home the strongest in the race. And then unfortunately we went to the Spring Cup at Newbury, and it was the second day of racing there, and the track was a little bit churned up, and Newbury can always hold the ground, more so in springtime. And he just never really fired that day. And plus the field sort of ran up the centre, and he was drawn very high next to the rail, so he probably had a few things against him that day.
So I mean, putting a line through Newbury, really, you kind of what was the plan to go straight to Ascot?
Yeah, it's always been the plan. Yeah, because just getting into the Hunt Cup, you want to get in on a good weight, and with a rating of 99. If we'd run again, we might have jeopardised that and gone up to 105, 104. So probably every pound counts in a strongly run mile at Ascot along the straight. It'd be like a cavalry charge. So probably every pound counts towards the end.
Well, what sort of a race is the Hunt Cup normally?
Oh, it's competitive. You probably really need a horse that really truly sees the mile, because the last furlong will be very, tough and competitive, and you're just finishing on the rising ground. With the draw, I think the days have gone now with the new track where it would always favour the stand side. I think nowadays you just got to look the 48 hours when the declarations are done and see where the pace and the speed is, and hopefully he's in amongst them. And
I mean, with the weather the way it is at the moment, how do you think the ground will be? Will that play any factor at all to?
I think it will. We've got showers all week, and then there's a lot of rain on Saturday, and then it's looking like it's going to be dry Sunday, Monday. Luckily we're on the first day, which makes good for him because it's a clean track, and he'll run his best, and like I said, we'll see where we are 48 hours out and see what the draw holds for us.
And Royal Ascot, obviously, it's a great event. I mean, what's it mean to you? What would it mean to the owners, having a horse at Ascot?
I think the whole idea is you love to go and buy a horse, and the goal is to go to Ascot. But then, you've got to pitch up and be there and be competitive. And I think we've got the right horse for, a lot of first-time investors into Invictus racing. And I'm sure they're going to enjoy the day, whatever the result. It's the highlight of the calendar for racing. And, we can only go and build on what Mull does on Tuesday. And I kind of feel that it'll probably be riding the slow side of good, and had a chat with Shane on the weekend, and we're both comfortable that he runs on that type of going. I can't see it being heavy on the straight mile. So we'll just fingers crossed that we get a nice clear run and that we're in the winners' enclosures celebrating later.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jane. That's great.
Thanks.
Shane, you've obviously ridden the Mull in all his races. What kind of a horse is he? What's he like to ride, his temperament?
He's a funny character. You never know really what you're going to get. For instance, at Doncaster, he was quite keen on the way to the start, and I thought, I'll just ask him to jump and then get cover, and it was strange because as soon as he left the gate, he never really travelled. He was the first off the bridle, and then flew home, and then obviously at Newbury, he just really struggled on the ground, and he was caught out in the wing as well, so it never really happened for him. So, fingers crossed we have decent ground for all Ascot.
And from Lingfield till now, how do you think he's improved?
Yeah, no, he seems in good order. Had a sitting him work at home, and he's working nice.
Good. And the Hunt Cup for you, you've ridden in the race before. What kind of a race is it to you?
Yeah, it's always run at a strong tempo. You need a horse that stays extremely well, and it's quite a rough race as well. So you need to get a good position, and then have a horse that's, as I say, that stays. But the draw will be very, very crucial, because it's wherever the pace is, and you know, you could have what seemed a good draw to be drawn on the stand side, and then if there's more pace on the far side, it's wherever the pace is. So unfortunately we won't know that till 48 hours.
Shano, just watched him work, moved well?
Yeah, moved good, and he's relaxed and he's very good form, so fingers crossed he can keep that until next week.